Let's move on to our next story, where Jagish Tytler has been linked to the previous anti-Sikh riots in Gurudwara in 1984. The case court hearing will be taking place today. The Rouse Avenue Court, in fact, will be hearing the case against Congress leader Jagish Tytler later today. He has been previously linked to the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. Now, the allegations, which primarily include his role in the Pul Bangash Gurudwara attack, with witnesses' testimonies expected to shed more light on the decades-old case, which has been garnering attention for the last couple of decades, despite any clarity really coming on that front and being dragged down in the courts. And later today, the Rouse Avenue will be hearing the case against Congress leader Jagish Tytler, who has been linked to the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. Do note that the allegations include his role in the Pul Bangash Gurudwara attack, which led to several people losing their lives. In fact, witnesses' testimonies are expected to shed more light on the decades-old case. Viewers, I'd like to bring in my colleague Riyanka is joining us live on call. Riyanka, take us through the Jagish Tytler case really, and what can we expect from the court hearing today?
Well, today there is going to be a very, very crucial hearing at the Rouse Avenue Court against Jagish Tytler in the 1984 anti-Sikh riot case. The Rouse Avenue Court in this case against, Congress leader Jagish Tytler, which is indeed related to what happened in the Pul Bangash Gurdwara during the violence in 1984 anti-Sikh riots. The court is proceeding with the case after taking cognizance of the charge sheet, which has been indeed filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Now, if to tell our viewers a bit of what happened in the previous hearing, well, the court had recorded the statements of complainant Lakhvinder Kaur and issued statements and also had summoned two former policemen, Ravi Sharma and Dharam Chand, and they were asked to testify on the next date, which is today, and there will be testimonies that will be recorded of these two former policemen, as I rightly named Ravi Sharma and Dharam Chand. And we also know that this case is quite crucial because there have been already ongoing testimonies and several statements that have been collected. Also, charges are being framed against Jagish Tytler. The case against Tytler, we know, have been alleged of his involvement in the attack in the Gurdwara and the Pul Bangash in 1984 anti-Sikh riots that resulted in destruction of the Gurdwara as well as the death of 3 individuals. So yes, very, very crucial case coming up today, where there will be testimonies of the 2 policemen who have been asked to come in today, and then there will be proceedings thereafter at the Rouse Avenue Court.
Thank you, Riyanka, for those details. Coming in, the Jagish Tytler case, which will be heard today, and witnesses' testimonies, which is likely to shed light more on the decades-old case. We're getting in information that the Jagish Tytler anti-Sikh riot case of 1984 will be heard today at the Rouse Avenue later today. Now, the allegations, which included his role in the Pul Bangash Gurudwara attack, we're learning that witnesses' testimonies of the policemen, in fact, will be heard today in the court. Viewers, after the aftermath of the cyclone Fenjal, which made landfall near Puducherry on Saturday, the Puducherry government has issued and in fact declared a school shutdown following the torrential rainfalls that has hit Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. In fact, we're learning that 3 people have also lost their lives. Here's a report. Take a look.
With cyclone Fenjal moving westwards, IMD has issued a warning stating that rough sea conditions will prevail over parts of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Bay of Bengal. Listen in to what the Lieutenant Governor had to say.
One of the highest rainfalls in the history of Puducherry. This last 24 hours we had about 48.6 centimeters of rainfall. The infrastructure which is already created in terms of drainage is not to the extent of draining out 48.6 centimeters of rainfall. In those inundated areas where water is filled up this thing on the roads, I think these paramilitary forces plus army has been very useful, and they've been able to give comfort to the people.
Meanwhile, Education Minister informed that all schools in Pondicherry will remain closed on Monday. Tamil Nadu CM M.K. Stalin also visited the Emergency Operations Center to review the relief work. Due to heavy rains, the airport services were also disrupted. With the rescue operations currently underway, M.K. Stalin has asked the central government to send teams to assess flood damage.